What's good, YouTube? It's your boy D1 with the Angry White Man, and today's video is about Ryan Garcia, who he's going to train with for this May fight coming up. He says he's training with Derek James, and first he was back with Eddy Reynoso, but then Teofimo Lopez was with Eddy Reynoso too. I played the clips in the beginning of this video of Ryan slamming that hook with Eddy Reynoso, and that's the problem for Devin Haney. I don't know if he can take them shots, but today or the day before, Ryan announces that he's going back with Derek James, in which I think that's a huge problem for anybody he fights, because Derek James is a defensive, offensive minded coach. He's always teaching you to be defensively responsible, and with Eddy Reynoso, it's just balls to the wall, all offense, slamming that hook constantly, the same 1 2 1 2 on the pads, letting them shits rip. Either way, a focused Ryan Garcia, I think, has no problem with Rolly Romero, like none at all. He's gonna breeze right through him. But let's talk a little bit about what happened with Eddy Reynoso, because I know Eddy says he wanted to concentrate on Canelo, but he had Teofimo, Ryan, and Canelo, and they were all supposed to go to Lake Tahoe. I got content on that as well. That's why they dropped Teo, because Teo Sr. wanted to be the head coach, while Eddy Reynoso's a good ear, a good voice in the corner, but that was all BS. I think Eddy Reynoso dropped him because talks too much. So Teo's out of the picture. So I thought Teo was out of the picture to make room for Ryan. Well, come to find out, Ryan's out of the picture too, and he's back with Derek James. And a lot of the Devin Haney fans that frequent this channel, they're not gonna like that. They're not gonna like it at all. I've actually today I was in people's chat, and they were talking about the people in the chat, not the host, and I don't even care to say the host's name because I'm not gonna name drop like that. But people in the comment section were like, should we take the awards away from Derek James because Ryan's a cheater? Ryan is a cheater. But it's funny, nobody on the turkey, nobody around the zone, none of that. Nobody treats Ryan like a cheater, like none of them. So this whole time I've been holding reserve on the whole situation. I mean, he popped, so you got to kind of hold him to that, because once the drug test says you cheated, you kind of did. But all things considered, when he popped was the day of the fight, and the day after the fight or after the fight, it's like, why would he take Ostarine the day of the fight, or the day before the fight and the day of the fight? And when USADA, they all had warnings about Ostarine being in supplements. I think Ryan took a supplement and popped hot because he was trying to cut weight. You can only get down to 143, and that's where he played Devin Haney. Made a bet, Devin takes the bet. That's where I think Devin Haney lost that fight on the scales. But I could be wrong. He popped. So I gotta take the fucking hood off. My hair's a little jacked up, but I don't care. I'm not even gonna edit that out. I'm gonna leave it in because I'm so fucking real. I don't know how else to be, but this is a problem for Devin Haney and Rolly Romero, because Derek James has Ryan defensively responsible, hands back to catch the hook, the silly shell. I know everybody likes to make fun of Ryan for that silly shell, and I'm of the opinion that if something works in boxing, why not use it? You see anybody penetrate that silly shell yet? I know Devin was little weak ass punches bouncing off of Ryan's back, couldn't do nothing with it. So I think this is all bad news for the Haneys. Ryan Garcia is most certainly training back with Derek James. I showed you guys the tweet. I showed some footage of him catching the jab and learning how to work the jab and the straight right. That was the recipe to beat Devin Haney. He was just waiting on that mid-range jab, pulling his jab out there. As soon as Devin shot that jab, bang, that hook with no fat on it. Devin ain't gonna be able to deal with that the second time around, I promise. I mean, imagine if Ryan's focused and he's not taking half the rounds off. I mean, I know he said that he didn't take the rounds off, but I got eyeballs and you can't tell me no different. I know what I see. I know what I'm looking at as well. I think Derek James and Ryan is a great fit together. I think Ryan lacks in the things that Derek James does well. Like I said, teaching him how to be defensively responsible. I mean, not too many people give Derek James credit for this, but he also helps these guys with feet too. He's not the best footwork coach, I would say, but you always seen Errol Spence jumping over the I forget what they're called. You know what I'm talking about, bouncing over the things, and then he does the ladder drills and keeps their feet sharp, keeps their mind sharp. Most of all, that's a big thing, man. You gotta be mentally ready for a fight, and I don't think anybody prepares fighters better than Derek James as far as the mental and being ready to go to war. So with Ryan having the Rolly Romero fight, I think he could have literally trained himself to probably beat Rolly. But what Rolly does bring to the table is he packs a serious punch. I know people don't want to give Rolly credit for anything, but I think you get to that level in boxing just from having a mouth and talking. I think Floyd Mayweather's a genius, but you can't knock anybody that gets to the top of boxing and gets into more big time fights than your favorite fighter has. So I don't look at Rolly the same way other people do. I think Ryan needs to focus, and Ryan looks focused. He looks more focused than he's been in a very long time. So like this is all adding up to spell out disaster for Devin Haney and company. So it's not going to get any better. Like if Devin can't deal with the Jose Ramirez kid, imagine he loses to that dude. That Arnold Barbosa just outboxed and outclassed. Imagine that. I hope Devin Haney's the fighter you guys say he is. I've made content on that on this channel. You can go check it out. Let me know what you guys think about Ryan Garcia being back with Eddy and then leaving Eddy and then going back with Derek. I think Derek James is probably just in it for the payday now. Honestly, just if I'm being 100 with you guys, and like I say, that's all I know how to do. I can't do anything else but keep it honest with you. Do you guys think Devin Haney's got a chance in a rematch versus Ryan? And which coach is better for Ryan, Eddy Reynoso or Derek James? Let me know in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe. We go live on this channel every Friday 10 p.m. We also do a Tuesday night live 8 p.m. and a Sunday recap after the fights. So let me know what y'all think in the comment sections. Peace, love, and blessings.